Hello? Is it? All right, hello. Let's make a painting. I thought it's not working. All right, let's see. Water on a glass, and let's make a story. We're gonna try to center that. There you go. Grab the big brush. Is that center? Yes, it is. Okay, so we're gonna start putting water on each side so the corners stay down and the paper doesn't wrinkle. Now, of course, you can use masking tape and that's be fine. I just prefer more this way, I guess. Okay, we're gonna start with green. And I'm gonna put a little bit of green here. Also, we're gonna take some bluey. Where's the blue? Oh, there it is. For the sky, just a touch. And the other color we're gonna use is some of the orange right here. Just a little bit. All right, now we have our colors that we're gonna use. And we're gonna start with the big brush. Now, green, boom, 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 boom. More than enough. Bluey. Watch this. Good. And one cloud here. Clean the brush. Now I'm gonna make sure that my brush is pretty clean because we're gonna go with the orange or yellow, whatever you want to call it. And this is the time I'm gonna start actually forming some of the clouds, and after that we're gonna go back to this, adding the shadows so we can have a higher contrast. Touch of water. There we go. Clean the brush again. What is wrong with my... Something wrong with my paper towels. Oops. Man, come on, get back here. Okay. Now, multiple brush. Blend everything. So we don't have such a dramatic interest between each color. Now we're gonna go with the other brush and take some green. There we go. Keep going around. I try to keep them relatively smooth and not too much, not pushing too much. Okay. Sky. Let's make this clouds fluffy. I think I will need a little bit of black here in the mix. Excuse me. Those days I don't feel like painting so much, if I gotta be honest. But you know, it's like work. Work that you like, but it's make you nervous all the time. That's one thing I found very interesting is if you, I'm not sure if someone else did this, but if you do what you love to do, that doesn't mean, it's not necessarily mean you're going to be happy with it all the time. Which one I think is what's happening. I love painting sometimes. It's just sometimes it's like you don't feel like doing it, even if you love it. Anyway, blend it again. I really want to focus here. Okay, now I'm gonna take the clean brush and let's work on that clouds. Now, of course, we're gonna remove some of the paint immediately after we put it. And this is gonna give us opportunity to, and by the way, this, now, if the paper dry out, all right, if the paper dry out and you cannot erase as good as the wet one, you just simply pre-wet it, you know, genius. But this is gonna give us opportunity to continue the clouds so they don't look weird and stop right in the middle. I think I'm getting sick pretty soon. All right, first cloud is here. Let's go the second one. There we go. And this one is, man, that's a tedious work. I believe I said that before, but I do love clouds, so it's not a problem there. There we go. Every time I clean my brush. This is like, it's not like actually, it's like your hobby. Well, it is your hobby, but you can get tired of it. You can get frustrated, but not tired. Let's keep adding here. Lately, I'm doing a lot of clouds. I do love clouds. I don't know why I'm doing so many clouds lately. Well, I do clouds almost in every painting, actually, if I gotta be honest. But I emphasize a lot on the clouds lately. Maybe because I don't feel like painting, and this is very repetitive, so it doesn't require so much. I can just chill and do it. What I try to say. Now this part here is pretty rough compared to the rest of it. And when I say rough, I mean the texture here is way different. So what we're going to try to do is smooth it out. Now I don't try to remove some of the paint, I just try to smooth it out. And this is going to act like a background on the background. Now here, where is the other cloud? I will just make this cloud a little bit more visible and of course kind of blend it. Now the foreground. Sheesh. I'm not sure do I want to put something on the foreground or not. While I'm thinking about this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take black and bluey and a little touch of water. And I'm just going to emphasize more here. And the reason for that is I want to use the paper while it's still wet, so I can add some contrast right on the horizon. And then of course kind of blend it, but I wanna show these clouds a little bit better. Now let's go on the foreground. We're gonna add more green, and we can just add colors like this, I guess. Maybe a road, I can do that. I can do a road, I can do a house here, maybe here. We can do fence, something very simple. It doesn't have to be something crazy. But what I think is I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover the whole thing with water. Okay. And now I'm gonna take the palette knife and I'm gonna show up a little bit better this horizon and midground and foreground. Actually, this is this is great analogy. If you have trouble with your life, go and take a shower. Go and take a shower. The water will help a lot. Relax and put your mind in a. It's like a cold restart, not a cold shower, man, because it's like, but a cold restart and just start clearing up stuff like this. You add water and I'm start cleaning up stuff, so we can have a nice texture on the midground. Now on the foreground, we're gonna have this texture, but also we can add some tall grass. Yeah, just a little bit of water. That will do the job. And of course, if we have this, that means now we're gonna have throwing shadows. A little bit of black. So that's gonna kind of trap the whole thing. Man, I'm getting sick. I'm gonna take some green, dark green. That's gonna trap the whole thing. And what I mean by this, I have dark, 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 and when you put them together, this is create a triangle composition up there, and here is just layer after layer after layer. So we have two different kind of, I guess, compositions we can call. It's kind of organizations working together. Now, if you want to do extra, and I'm extra, I guess, I will take a little bit of red, and that's really gonna spice it up the whole thing. And a bunch of dots, but they can be our accent of the painting. So everything gonna be supporting the whole thing. When you do something like this, try not to put them in order. And I put them in order, of course, because we're humans, and it's just how we create it. We try to organize everything, I guess. A couple more details, so we can have a nice variety. Not too much, because if I start putting too much, now it's gonna look exactly the same like before. Should I put a bird? Yeah, a bird. the dot man. And there we go. Watercolor, abstract, landscape.